Okay, we have another video here from Michelle Ferrari, who I'm sure you guys remember her. She is the former MP of Peterborough until she unfortunately lost her seat, but hopefully she'll get back in. But either way, she is about to absolutely hammer Sean Fraser once again, who we all know is the Liberal Justice Minister, or Minister of Justice, I guess they call him. He's essentially our Attorney General, which is pretty terrifying. So we're going to have a look at what Michelle has to say. Then we're going to talk about it. But before we do get into it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help grow the channel. And I appreciate you guys so much for doing that for me. So let's get into this and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, boy. Minister Sean Fraser is at it again.
Can you guarantee that if C9 passes, no Canadian will end up being charged because of something they've posted on Twitter or Facebook?
Well, if they commit the crime of willfully promoting hatred against another person.
A crime with a definition that you're changing.
So, but it's possible that they could be convicted for what they willfully promoting hate online today. So certainly I would hope if someone commits a crime in the real world or online, that they would face the appropriate criminal penalty if in fact it's captured by the...
Everything about this...
I would certainly hope that people who've committed a crime... You mean like your former boss who's committed many crimes, scandals, funds missing, funds going to the wrong place. Pierrepoilievre says, hey, the RCMP covered up for him in a great interview with Northern Perspective. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. He says, yeah, they're corrupt. They covered up Justin Trudeau, and there should be people going to jail for those scandals. He's absolutely right. So, Sean, you want to stick to your word? Of course not. Of course he won't. They don't want to put people in jail like Trudeau. They want to put people in jail who are just against them. This isn't going to be about hate speech. It's going to be about hate or speech that they hate. And they're going to try to put people in jail for it, just like they're doing in the UK. The Western world has become quite the mess.
Is crazy. So Sean Fraser is the Minister of Justice. He is the former Minister of Immigration who broke Canada's immigration. He's the former Minister of Housing. Have you been able to buy a house lately? Yeah, that's what I thought. And now he's the Minister of Justice. We have hate speech laws in Canada. Yeah, we already have them. Like, if you watch the rest of that exchange, Andrew Lawton, the Conservative Member of Parliament, goes on to tell about a man who was arrested for having a swastika. But you know what the real problem is in Canada? You get arrested, but you're let out on bail.
By the way, just quick question. Remember when people at the Freedom Convoy showed up with masks on and Nazi paraphernalia? Why weren't they arrested? Because having that kind of paraphernalia is not legal in this country. Funny that these apparent Nazis were protesters with the truckers, but they were standing far away. The truckers were yelling at them to go away, and they were wearing masks, and then took photos with Justin Trudeau's photographer. Why were they not arrested if they were real Nazis or if they had paraphernalia at that protest? Rules for thee, but not for me. That's the Liberal way.
It's crazy. This is crazy that this is the Minister of Justice's first priority when there is literally everyone begging for bail reform. And they have openly said, we've done a great job. We have reformed bail. Like, they are liars and they are dangerous. Like, this is at the point where it's like, you have victims, you have mayors, you have premiers, you have police associations. Police cannot do their job because they go and arrest the criminal who does the swastika, or the guy who breaks into your home and murders you in front of your children, or breaks into your car, and guess what? They are out on bail. Or how about a guy that rapes a 3-year-old in her bed? Like, what is happening? Like, the Minister of Justice right now should be on the top of mountains being like, guys, we are going to fix this. We are going to make Canada safe. I promise you this. These laws are out of control. C-75 never should have went down this road unless that's what they wanted. Like, that's where you're creating this, Sean. Like, you are creating so much distrust and conspiracy. Like, how do you think you have good intention when this is what you're doing? It's crazy. Like, there's no other word to describe what this is other than crazy. Your priority is to go and find people to put them in jail for a Facebook post instead of enforcing freaking laws that we already have and ensuring that people who are murdering people aren't out on bail? Dude, like, quit. You said you wanted to go spend more time with your family. You remember that? Oh, but then Mark Carney decided he was going to run, so you saw that we're still going to have a job. You lied about that, and you're doing a terrible job protecting Canadians from violent criminals, and you're doing a terrible job standing up for victims.
And you notice the part where she said they wouldn't do these things unless that's what they wanted? Exactly. If you've been listening to me for any length of time, whether it's been the whole 2 years I've been doing this or just recently, I've been saying this. A lot of people have been saying it. This is not out of stupidity. These bills are not being passed because these people are stupid. It's because they want us to be oppressed, depressed, sick, threatened, scared, dependent. That's why instead of making life affordable so that parents can afford to buy their kids food, the government steps in and says, oh, we'll take care of that. 1 meal a day sometimes during the school year. It's like, that's not the right way to do it. You want parents to be able to feed their kids. And of course, there's always going to be people, who slip through the cracks. You need to help those people for sure. But a national school food program, because parents can't afford to give their kids food, there's a different problem here. And again, if the government just did literally less or nothing, if Justin Trudeau came in for 10 years and literally did nothing, this country would be in a way better place. And anyone with half a brain knows it.